This is basically just a test of the basic setup. So I've got a console called the Venturer. It's kind of one of those terrible, whatever it is, 152 games in one. And the basic setup I'm using to describe the signal flow. Essentially, I have the game audio running and the game video running sort of into the laptop via a Dazzle capture card. Then that is being sent to a program called Virtual Dub. Virtual Dub is basically taking the audio and the video output to OBS. OBS is basically getting the audio and the video of the game, and the audio is being captured via the main sort of stereo mix of windows, whereas the mic audio, I've got my Zoom H4n that's basically taking that through Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition has a record input enabled track on that has dynamics processing in, and I'm able to monitor how loud I am through the headphones, and then I've got that coming back into the mic and aux, and it's basically capturing that through the stereo line in, or the stereo mix, sorry, in Windows. So that's the basic premise and setup. I have a vocal enhancer and a dynamic compressor. Hopefully on the actual audio of the recording you can hear very little of the background noise. I have that set up on my TV to basically display and output that. And OBS is basically just capturing a game region window. So everything you're seeing is basically in real time. My commentary and my voice is slightly behind. Anyway, let's just play a few of these and just see how this works in practice. This is really terrible. Try that one. Oh, got one player, two players. So I could do a little bit to just adjust the window. Sorry if this looks weird. Oh, hang on a minute now. I didn't really get anything to go there. It's because... Oh, is it going into demo mode? I think it is. Well, never mind there. So let's just do a bit of a... Oops. Okay. So with the window capture, scale. So just do a fit to screen. So this is basically how it's looking in Virtual Dub. And what I was doing was just basically, I mean, there was probably some transform tools. So would we let me just look on the edit transform tool. So we can't, oh, we can actually crop it. So why don't we crop it from the left or the right hand side? Oh, so that's doing something. Not sure what that's doing. It's just gradually making the window aggressively fit. So this is all stuff that you probably need to do before you get going. I'm just cropping out the right hand side. So that's fitting. Then can we crop by the bottom? Oh yeah. I see. So we're just creating black borders around it. So on the actual stream, on YouTube, I've not got that running right now. It should just be cropping that off. As long as I don't move the window on my TV, it's totally fine. But basically, this is allowing people to stream and also have this for a live event, in a way. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I can hear my own audio in my head. I've got some earphones on, monitoring that. But I think we're all good. So hopefully the game volume's not too low. I mean, I can adjust that in OBS. That's me putting the desktop audio up. And as you can hear, that's the sort of crackle. Oh, that's too loud. So you need that sort of at an ambient level. And so it's not overpowering the vocals. So you have a nice mix. So let's just play this one. I'm really terrible at games, by the way. You gotta see that. What did I just do? Oh, this capture's looking really bad. Struggling a little bit. I'm wondering if it's the frame rate. And also, it's not the best console. Ah, we're having visual issues. Basically unplayable. Looks bad on the screen. Oh no, it's actually lagging that badly on the screen. Okay. How do we reset this? Okay. I think it's actually that bad. Let's try something else. Try Dual Master. Could be a quirk of Virtual Dub. Ah, it's just Tetris. I'm not really any good at these. Yeah, it could be something with the interlacing settings or something. Oh. Oh, there we go. I got a moment. Let's just listen to music. See what I can do with this. Could be a quirk of Virtual Dub here. I'm just gonna do something. 1 second. Okay. I'm just gonna go and look at what the capture's looking like there. Capture. Okay. There's a lot of settings you've got to basically get correct in here. I had a little bit of a better method. It's the program I don't have the full license for. It's just a test one. And this is free, and I just wanted to see if a free program would do it. It's going to be technical issues all day. Device. Just want to see if there's any actual settings I can change. Capture. I think we could try and capture it to, because it's an NTSC. So try 24. See if 24 frames is better for it. Okay. It's going to be a little bit of a finicky thing. Okay. Here we go. It's going to work. I don't know. Guys. Okay, so that's not doing it. It was working perfectly with AMCAP. In fact, while we've got that running, why don't we just try it with AMCAP? So I'm just going to get AMCAP up. It's going to moan at me. See, you can hear that. Right, so... I wonder if it's because it's doing it window capture as well. There must be a way... So you can hear the music. Media source, okay. That's not going to do it. This music is the worst, by the way. I get this one in. So I've got a media source. Try display capture. And okay. Ah! I don't need that. Display 1. Let's try that. Okay. Is this going to do the same kind of lag as we had going before? I'm not sure. Because I'm just going to stretch that. Stretch that. And oh. And I can't crop in here. Well, I can. I do crop. Oh, hang on a minute. This thing has a full screen mode. Duh! Okay, that's a better way of doing it. So this is what it looks like on OBS. Now I'm using AMCAP. So we can try... Oh, it's going to be least offensive to me. Try this guy. Oh, I mean that lacing is just... interlacing. It's just bad. Okay. This is how it's basically looking. Okay, here we go. So it's kind of working. Ish. I have another power. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. I'm very good at these. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm demonstrating how bad I am at these kind of games. But simply the point here is that it is definitely possible to get this working if you got like a license for AMCAP. You can definitely get it working, even though this looks like a terrible pile of something. Okay. I wonder if those no... There it is. It's not crackling. It's just the sound effects in the game. It's really not... it's really hard to tell if it's actually like the game... It's actually the console that's crackling or what's going on. And that's me, game over. But essentially... Yeah. Essentially, that's how you can kind of do that. And it's actually outputting audio-wise to my room. Like if I boost the volume a little bit on the TV, I don't know how badly it's going to make the recording sound. So it's in my living room at an ambient level. And then obviously, you're going to have to do some trickery if you had it playing loudly in an auditorium like the Gibson. But you can kind of hear it sort of coming through. So I have an Audition, just to kind of explain this a little bit more. I'm just going to take this over and run through the Audition specific stuff. If I minimise that. Can I do that? Okay, good. This is the Audition specific stuff. So in Audition, I'm kind of looking at this through some stuff here. You can basically see my audio coming through there. I'm just going to open the dynamics processing. Is that viewable there? Okay, because it's in the wrong window. Let me just drag that over. Okay. So I've basically just tried to reduce the noise floor here. I've kind of just pushed it up where my vocals will be, because there's kind of some horrific noise going on here. And I've just drawn some more segments in and just played around with it until it sounded suitable. And it's still not perfect. Like, if I was to kind of tweak this, I could drag that down, and you can kind of hear what it's doing to the audio a little bit. Might be a little bit better, but you can kind of hear what the idea of that expander is. And the idea is essentially all the lowest noises in the mix, like the background audio from the TV and the noises coming from outside, like the traffic going past my house. I'm basically just trying to minimize that out of the background of my sort of vocals, if you like. And it's things you can kind of do specifically for recording. And you won't tend to have that problem in an event, but you will still have, you know, the background noise from the TV or the audio or the speakers or whatever you're outputting from. And that's going to leak into your recording. You'll get a bit of like crosstalk from that. So that just essentially goes into that. The routing's really kind of weird. Anyway, see what else I can look at. Some vocal enhancer. I'm just going to drag that over. It's literally default male. That's all I've done with that. And I'm just seeing if I can kind of explain anything with the routing. I'm just going to close these two. It's going to be hard for me to look at. I guess it's going to come up with lots of stuff here. Audio hardware. So you can basically see the Zoom recording mixer is the default input, and that's what this channel I'm talking on is using. The default output is going to the speakers. Now in this case, I'm using some output on my TV called Toshiba. It's this one, and that's outputting to the room. These speakers, on the other hand, essentially this is outputting to my earphones, so I can kind of monitor that. And what it's also doing is it's routing that to the stereo mix. So essentially, oops, scary. That was me just playing around with that. And then I wonder if I can actually get this program over. Try doing that. How bad is that? Ah! Okay, this is going to look really horrible, but essentially, in this program here, I've kind of got it set up so, what am I looking at here? Mic and aux. Let's just have a look at that. So, the mic and aux is basically me, and it's monitored off, so I'm not hearing like double the amount of like audio. So you'd be getting this whole hello, 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 feedback, feedback, feedback. You'd be getting that kind of effect. And the display audio, sorry, the desktop audio, it's just monitoring that. Essentially, I'm getting the summation of that from the other program I'm running, the virtual dub, and that's basically all going into the stereo mix. So what I'm actually doing, in effect, let's have a look, properties. So, let's go on. Properties. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that's using the stereo mix. And it's basically taking the game... Hang on a minute, let me just conduct a little test. No, that's doing exactly what I expect. Why is that working then? Alright, I just gotta figure this out. How's that doing that? Toshiba TV. Because it's outputting to that. But I'm wondering... Sorry, this is awful to listen to. I'm wondering if it's... look at the settings. So, in the advanced, was it the advanced or... So I just basically set... Oh! Okay. It's because it's saying that's the desktop audio device. And that's probably feeding back into the stereo mix, or it's just capturing what's going on my HDMI cable there. And I've set up 2 stereo mixes. It's probably overkill. Probably doesn't need to be done in that way. But it's somehow working. That's kind of the general setup I have, and everything seems to be working fine, which is great. And then AMCAP is just going to moan at me because it's like, well, we don't have a license. So I should really find a way to get a license for AMCAP. But anyway, that's the general gist of that. And so it proves that it's entirely possible with this capture card, and that is a Dazzle 100 HD. I picked it up for $30 today. Just going to find the unit and see how much it was actually worth, whether I got ripped off or not. Probably did. I got it from Salvation Army today. Oh no! Can't. There's so many of these ones. The DV... Was this a DVC 100? Sorry, let me just get the box. Ah! Dazzle video recorder. And they're much, much better capture cards than this, to be honest with you. I mean, this was one I just picked up in a thrift store for $30 for the purpose of just testing this. So it's not too bad, and it doesn't really matter either way. I mean, it just says Dazzle DVD recorder HD, and then on the box it basically just says Dazzle HD. I mean, I just installed it. That was a job and a half too. So you see kind of in... you can't see it. Excuse me while I just minimize that a little bit. Let me get device manager. So you can just about see in the device manager there. So it's basically come up as audio devices, 2 of them. It didn't work directly with OBS itself, because I tried setting it up as its own audio and video capture device, and apparently there's some quirk with this DVC 100 where you can basically get video, but the audio has to be controlled by another program externally to OBS. Now, of course, another workaround with that could be to get the phono left and right, the red and the white cables, into if you've got like a sort of jack, an adapter that takes the female end of those from whatever console it is. You could essentially, or get a splitter from the console itself and essentially just, oh no, hang on a minute. You could essentially not plug them into the Dazzle, and you could plug them into the line in of your computer. And you could essentially just work it as if you're plugging the direct console stuff straight into your line in, and you can just set line in as a recording device on your capture software. Oh, and here you go. This is the problem I've been having with AMCAP. So this is not going to look very professional. What? Buy the full version. How much is the full version? It might be kind of cool. It's a good program, actually. Basically the same. Both versions. So it's 15 minutes. Excuse me, I'm really tired. Every still is watermarked. Really? Oh. How to buy the full version. How much is it? Okay, it's gonna do this for me. This is what the full version is costing. Oh, where's OBS? There we go. Where did they... Oh. So it's like 40... I can't even read that. AMCAP download protection. Why do you want download protection? What is that? So many questions. Save time and safeguard your purchase. Well, I just need a license key. That's all I need. Isn't that right? But with this program, maybe there's not a registration thing. Really interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, so you can get that for that kind of money, or you could just get a decent capture card and not pay another $40, and you could use it in HDMI. I mean, the inputs on this Dazzle I got today, it has a USB 2 connection to the computer. So that's how it connects to the computer or laptop via USB, and it just comes up as a Dazzle capture interface. And essentially it's just a processing unit that takes in a video and audio signals, and it also has a S-video. So it's got a yellow, red and white. I think that's the sort of composite cable, and an S-video. And I don't really do a lot with S-video. Just going to Google that. S-video. Standard definition video. You all know what one kind of looks like, really. It's these kind of 4-pin connectors. There's a bit on Wikipedia about it. The YCR. Chroma. Physical connectors. So basically, you could just input an Atari 800, a Commodore, because what's the pinning on this one? Pinning is a 1, 2, 3, 4 pin. I think there's a 4-pin plug on it. This one. 4-pin. It's one of these. The same sort of connectors that you kind of get on PS2 keyboards, but we're all USB these days. Yeah. So if your games console has composite or S-video, great. But, you know, essentially you want to get one of these. Elgato HD 60. You want to pick one of these up, to be honest. This is kind of the thing you want to pick up, because it's just HDMI. Shh, go away, Amazon. What's it got in here? There you go. So there's HDMI in, HDMI out. Oh, where's that USB out? Yeah. It's just HDMI out. So it's one of these. And stream, record, share your gameplay. I mean, but the good thing about this Dazzle is you can actually digitize your DVDs. If you've got one of those component cables, you can plug a camera in. If you've got like a component to component, so like the HVX, for example, HVX 200, you can plug that directly in. And essentially, you could probably do like a live stream recording on the fly to the computer, or you could basically just set it up as streaming at that quality, which is great. That's what you want, really. Anyway, I've been live for about 30 minutes. I think I've pretty much gone over everything I wanted to go to, or go through in that case. Probably just going to whack AMCAP back up. Yeah, get ready for the horrible music, people. Oh, there you go. Firefighter. What is this? Elfland. Let's check this out. Elfland. What a great game. Oh my goodness. What is this? What am I looking at? God. That's terrible. I haven't left my mouse on the screen. It's terrible. What? I'm not pressing anything. Oh, okay. I think I can eat the... There you go. Okay. I really wasn't sure what the heck I was looking at there. Weird. Oh! I'm chasing a dragon. Anyway. So there's a little bit of a tutorial kind of mixed in with the... mixed in with the terrible games, I guess. What is going on here? Why am I red now? Okay. Did I win? I think I won something. Oh, maybe I didn't. Did I die or something? I can't even tell. Anyway. That's enough of that. Hopefully somebody will get some use out of it. And if you don't, then... But this console was the Venture, and that was a little bit of a tutorial with the Dazzle, HDC 100, OBS, and AMCAP, and a little bit of Virtual Dub. I wouldn't particularly recommend Virtual Dub for this use, but definitely AMCAP. I'm going to see if there's another software I can kind of hook up. It's the same idea. You're just basically plugging one piece of software into another just to get the audio stream, or if you can kind of work around that on as far as the level goes with getting some sort of cable to plug into the line in, then you'll be okay.